Good morning and welcome to Perfect Pair. I'm Kara Balmer.
And I'm Nancy Jirik. Morning, everyone. Again, welcome to Perfect Pair. We have a good show coming up for you. Please be sure to like and subscribe on Facebook and YouTube. Share if you have friends who need to know about us.
Yes.
So we appreciate it.
Yes, that would be great.
Yeah. I also want to introduce our wonderful producer.
And his name today is...
what is my name today?
What is your name today?
Mid-Modern Michael.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty fitting.
Mm-hmm. I think that one's a good one.
That's
Like, you could go with that for a while.
Yeah.
Mid-modern Michael.
You should like brand it.
Okay.
Triple M.
Okay.
Triple threat, triple M.
Triple M.
We'll go back to Mid-Modern Michael and talk about the quilt behind him. That is Elvira out of Lush Life. Yes. So it's beautiful. I love it. I love that line.
Yeah, that's a great line.
And behind Kara and I is Winnie. And this, I don't think we have the fabric anymore, but it's
We do
Wanderlust by
anymore.
Moda. But yeah, beautiful Winnie behind us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tell us what national days we have today.
What do you got, Kara?
Yeah, so right before the show, Michael and Nancy were very kind to let me know that I found the wrong days. So I was on Tuesday, and it's not Tuesday. It is Thursday. So the actual national days today are National Iwo Jima Day. Who has got some history for us and can tell us all about Iwo Jima? Anyone? Besides that it's World War II?
I know a lot about World War II, but not the battles.
No.
I did see the memorial statue in D.C.
In D.C., yeah.
A long time
And the black sand beaches of Iwo Jima that they...
That's all I know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anybody out there want to give us a lesson? That would be
I'm kind of
wonderful.
shocked Michael doesn't have something to say about it. 'Cause he
Right.
always has
I am
something
too.
to say, but
Yeah.
we'll let it slide this time.
Oh, there's Mr. HB. We have Arabian Horse Day. Have you ridden or touched or been around an Arabian horse?
I have. There's actually a very fancy Arabian horse place in Jordan.
What?
And they compete around.
You're making stuff up.
I'm really not. Jordan has a lot of horse things. I am not involved, but we have draft horses and Arabians, and they're really pretty.
I have something funny to tell you about your rabbits later, too.
Oh, okay.
Nancy has rabbits.
I have
but
rabbits.
I have something funny that I learned. Side note, sorry, people. It is National Vet Girls Rising Day, so it's to honor the women in veterinary sciences, which is
Alright.
very
Do
cool.
you know any vets?
Do I know any women veterinarians?
I do.
Of course. Tell me.
A lovely woman I grew up in 4-H with, Amber. She is a vet, and she actually teaches our rabbit knowledge bowl for Scott County, and she's amazing. So we always ask her questions about things that we should probably pay her for. So, so thank you, Amber.
That's awesome. It is National Lash Day, so whether you wear fake eyelashes or your natural eyelashes, it's just a nod to your lashes.
Have you ever had fake eyelashes?
Just for my daughter's wedding, I got some. And funny story, I picked some up at Walgreens to try. I put them on and went outside. It was the summer, and we were just grilling, and my husband looked at me, and he was like,
Like, what happened?
no. I'm pretty low-key, boring girl when it comes to things like that. And so he was the lashes I did get were done professionally, and they were much shorter and calmer.
Yeah. I've had like the professionally installed
Yeah.
eyelashes. They were cool, but they were kind of a pain for me and
Yeah.
very low maintenance, and it was too much.
Right, that's kind of me too. It's like, to do that?
Yeah.
I mean, I admire them and appreciate
Absolutely.
them, people that can put them on and wear them, but
Nope, it's too much.
that's not
For
me. And it is also Chocolate Mint Day.
This is the best day. I love it. And I actually just heard something on the radio yesterday about how all of these like fast food places are offering more mint things. I think it's mostly because of like Girl Scout cookie season and Thin Mints.
Yes, we were talking about that yesterday at work as well with Nate. His daughter sells Girl Scout cookies, and he said one of his favorite things is to take the Thin Mints, freeze them, chop them up, and throw them on ice cream.
Yes.
Must be nice.
Don't worry, he's bringing some in for us to buy tomorrow.
You can have vanilla.
Oh, yes, because you're lactose intolerant, so you should be able to have vanilla.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, what have you been up to?
Oh my gosh. You know, I feel like I'm constantly busy, but I have nothing to show for it. So I really only have two things to talk about. The first one is, I can't remember what I put. Oh, Oscar got Student of the Month.
Yes, that was just the other day.
Yes, so that was really nice.
Yay, Oscar.
And when they present it, the teachers have like a nice little speech they write about him, and it's just so sweet, and I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool.
And then on Monday,
Is this where he received the
if only. On Monday, I chaperoned a 4-H trip to the Ordway with Oscar and Clara, and then a bunch of other 4-Hers throughout the metro. And so this is from backstage on the Ordway, and I was so in awe, I didn't even think of getting a picture of my kids there, so that's on me. But it was a really great tour, and we got to see backstage. We got to talk about people who have jobs in the arts that isn't like acting.
Oh, cool.
So like fundraising and services, like rental services and blah, blah, blah.
All the things.
And
Well,
then-
and that's great for them to learn, because I would have never thought about that at that age. Like,
Right?
the only people that work there are the ones that are on the stage doing the show.
That's all you think about, really.
Right. Yeah.
And then also they got to do a musical part of it from musicians who also work there.
Oh,
so,
cool.
And which really they liked. 'cause
Yeah.
My kiddos like
They
music.
like their music.
So
Good, good.
that's really it.
Yeah,
How
cool.
about you?
Nothing. I've had a very boring month. Not much going on. Finished up the hockey season anticlimactically, so that was kind of disappointing, but we're on to spring sports now, and Court's just as happy, so we're good. Yeah, I've had it very quiet, hanging out with the grandbabies a little bit, but nothing exciting happening, and I'm okay with that.
You can't think of one thing.
Is there something that I should be sharing? That why are you looking at me like that?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Like,
Michael's
what about
birthday?
you? What have you been up to? Yeah, we did have a birthday.
Michael
Michael's
did
birthday.
celebrate a birthday, a big one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm crestfallen. You tell him what birthday it was. I don't want to talk about it.
Why are you crestfallen? It sounds like it was a fabulous evening.
It was, but
Michael's 30 now, everybody.
30.
Poor,
He's 30
poor
years
little
old.
boy.
He's an adult. He's taking fiber. He's grown up.
I got my fiber in.
Oh.
It's a regular conversation we have.
About being regular?
Yes. As you get older, you got to take care of yourself.
Yes, you do. Good job,
And now he's an
Nancy.
old man. It's all downhill. Poor guy. Poor Michael.
Really fun to make
No one has
fun
it
of
harder
Michael.
than me.
All right, we've got some winners.
We do. Thank you for getting us on track. All right. So each month we have a question that we would love for you to answer on YouTube or Facebook in the comments. So last month our question was, what is your favorite thing to watch or listen to while sewing? So we have 4 winners. The first winner is Janice Romanco. I often listen to a podcast or audiobook. Second is Judith Kalmas. Is that how you'd say it?
Calms?
Holmes. She says, I sew upstairs and can usually hear the TV downstairs, but not too focused on what's on.
Mm-hmm.
Third winner is Annette Austin. She said, I sometimes listen to podcasts while quilting, but usually listen to music. If what I'm doing is really intense, then I switch to classical. Agreed.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
And our fourth winner is Colleen Lepper, and she just said sports, which I think is nice because then you can hear it.
Right, you don't have to
You don't
totally
always
be
have to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So thank
Yeah.
you all for commenting, and we will have a question later on in the show for your chance to win a charm pack.
Yes.
So,
Yay.
okay,
Nancy, what is on your shirt?
what is on my shirt, Julie Richter? So it is one of the Stripology Retreat shirts.
you can all purchase one.
You can
They're
purchase
on our
one.
website.
Yeah, so it's to celebrate our Stripology virtual retreat for those of you who have signed up. If you haven't signed up, unfortunately it is closed. We are shipping, but there is always the opportunity for next year, and we will always have a one-day retreat later on as well.
Yeah,
so
this
keep
fall.
your ears open.
Cool, cool.
Okay, favorites.
Yes.
So.
So I don't know if I've talked about this favorite before, but my favorite is the spray misting bottle. Right now, while we're working through the lapa pesa, like I said, I like to starch or my fabrics just because we're going to be cutting a little bit smaller pieces. But this spray misting bottle is the bomb. And
I really
didn't
love it.
realize it right away. I purchased one for my son because he likes the mist when he wets his hair down in the morning. I know. But it's a
Dual
nice
use.
fine mist instead of just like this clumps of water being dropped on your fabric or whatever. And it lasts, like you trigger it, push the trigger, and it like,
And it's a wide area, and it's just really fine droplets.
It is nice. So this is my favorite right now.
Nice.
What about yours?
My favorite, if you want to go to the overhead, Mr. Mid-Mod Michael, maybe. He's a little distracted right now. All right. My favorite is the Zirkle magnetic pincushion. And since I moved my sewing room into my parents' basement, it is carpeted. And so anytime I drop a pin, which is frequent, I have to have a search party. And so I just take this and I run it over the carpet, the general area of where I dropped it, and it picks it up for me. So the magnet is so strong that we have several of these in the warehouse for shipping. And you have to like be really strong to pull them apart.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a strong magnet.
Side note though, if you steal a jacket like Michael did and try to use the Zirkle to pull off the magnetized, like it doesn't work. It's not that strong. Michael really didn't steal a jacket. They just forgot to take off the.
He didn't steal.
He didn't
It was
steal.
scripted.
It was
From
yes,
someone on
which
a
is
corner.
awesome. Yeah. No, they are very, very strong, but not strong enough
To pull off the
pull out
magnetic security tag.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, Michael.
Darn.
I love it.
Will you tell me about your favorite fabrics this month?
Yeah.
Please.
So I love lots of color, and I talk about that often. But once in a while, I need something a little bit calmer. And this one is a little bit more masculine, and I just really, really love it. It is well done. These types of fabrics that are done by Northcott from Deborah Edwards.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah, so this one is Fox Den. It is a 10-piece bundle, but I love this. Like, look at this beautiful print. It is so well done.
Yeah.
I love it. So this is the main focal print. And so we'll get going here.
And one thing I want to say, like I love a good novelty print, but this is more mature. Like it still has the foxes and the trees and everything, but it's not like kid-centric.
Right.
So you
yes,
could gift
100%.
it to anyone, have it in your living room, and it won't be like a little kid quilt.
Right. Yes. And so then this is kind of got the trees in here in the blues. I love all the watercolor prints that are going on in here. We've got that dark teal, and then we move into
This is so pretty.
blue
I love that.
watercolor. Then we have a little bit lighter blue.
And I just want to say about this one, in case you can't see it on the screen, there are little hints of teal in it as well.
Yes.
That one too. But that one might be easier.
And then one more in this here.
That's so pretty. That reminds me of when the ice breaks up in the spring.
Yeah.
Ice
Yes.
out.
Which after our snowfall today isn't going to happen anytime soon. This one is more of a stripe. Love it. So pretty.
That is really cool. It almost looks like a plaid without
Yes.
being a plaid.
Right. I love this one. And then we have another watercolor here in the browns with the navy as well.
Nice amber color.
Mm-hmm. And we have the trees again, but more in that brown and amber with blue branches in the background. And then we have, this one is
that's
amazing. It is
beautiful.
an ombre, so I'll show you here. It goes from the blues to the browns, and then on the other side again, it comes browns back to the blues. So pretty. This one is just, I just love these ombres, just when you can cut them up and get so many different looks
Exactly.
to the line. And then to round out the line, then we have one more, the watercolor in that rusty brown color.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
What would you make with this, Kara?
So I am looking at a Winnie, is what I'm thinking, just because I like the bigger blocks to show off this. And then my background, I'm pulling out grunge clear water. It's got some, obviously the grunge textures going on in here, but there's a little bit of the green. I like the blue. I may not use the one that it's sitting on, just because I think it will get lost, but then I'd use the rest of the line.
That would be so pretty.
Yeah.
So you'll have it done next month?
Sure.
Oh.
The Foxton line comes in fat quarters and half yard bundles.
Yeah, can't go wrong. It's
Nope.
beautiful.
Yep.
So my favorite fabric this month, I actually showed it on a Happy Friday when we were filling in for Gudrun. So it's gonna look familiar. It's relatively newish, but I love it.
It is totally Nancy-ish.
I love it. So it is called Happy Camper by Maureen Cracknell from Art Gallery Fabrics. And I will get right into it. So surprise, surprise, it involves camping. Weird. So yeah, I just love it. It has the little camper trailers, some tents, bonfires. I just love it.
I do too.
So that's the first one. And then the second fabric in it is just a navy background with these little cups of coffee and hot cocoa.
Yeah, I love the little tiny
I
marshmallows
know,
on
they're
there.
so cute. And honestly, when you're camping, I don't drink coffee, but a good cup of hot chocolate is the best.
Morning coffee when you're camping.
Yes.
Ah.
Wonderful.
Can't be beat.
So this is the next beautiful fabric with this navy background. And
I
these
love the
bright-
colors they chose for this
I
line. Like
know.
it just is
It's so pretty. and
awesome. I think I'm
fun.
gonna need it too.
Yeah, we should make something.
We should.
Then we have this kind of calmer.
Maybe we should have not a competition, but like you take it and you come up with your idea, and then we just both use it and see what we make.
I love it.
Like a surprise.
This next fabric is calmer, a lighter blue background and these tossed flowers.
Yeah,
And then
that's
this
very
one
cute.
is kind of a surprise that I am not mad about.
Right?
It's this kind of teal with, would you call this teal or green?
Yeah, to me, it's a little more green.
Yeah,
but
more green. With these beautiful big butterflies. I love them. They're so cool. Lots of pops of oranges to bring it all together. And then another little calmer one with this kind of light dusty blue, kind of a geometric pattern on there. And then we have this awesome green one with these
so fun.
animal faces. There is an older line from Art Gallery that it was more kid-centric, that had a bunch of animal heads. So this kind of reminds me of like the adult version of it. But yeah, I really like that a lot. I'm trying to straighten it. It's just not working. Then we have another green of just the paw prints. Very cute. And then another orange, kind of bringing it all together. Same as that one, just with the orange background. And then this is one of my favorites of this line.
Yeah, so smart.
With
so
all the
thrilled.
little pennants and patches. It's just a lot of fun. Yeah, get lost, never stop exploring. Life is better in the woods. I agree.
100%.
So that's a great fabric. And then a really nice soft peachy pink with all the fish and the fishing poles, lures, hooks. I like the butterflies too, Chris. And then the last one of the line, I think, is my absolute favorite. And it's just kind of a tossed design of all these camping things. So canoes, tents, pennants, binoculars, roasting marshmallows, mushrooms. It's just really fun, and I like all the color while still being a little calmer too. So, so yeah, that is Happy Camper.
You aren't a happy camper when you have this fabric. I can't help you.
Very true. Just looking at it makes me so happy.
Yes.
And I was thinking I would make the Elvira with it, mainly because then I don't have to worry about a background fabric, which sometimes I welcome, but sometimes I don't want to think about it. Also, a lot of these fabrics are directional, and so Elvira kind of makes it easy to work with that. So normally I really don't care if it's directional or not, but
they're just bigger prints.
Yeah. So
too.
agreed. When they're bigger, I feel like it's more important to have them directional. I don't know. It's up to you. It's not a huge
deal.
It's
not a huge deal.
But it's nice when it happens.
Yes.
So yeah, that is Happy Camper. Okay, so hopefully you liked our fabric pulls and what we would make with them. I would love to know what you guys would make with these fabrics. I love the hive mind. So I was also thinking a Nelly for Happy Camper as well.
Oh, yeah.
But there are little pieces.
There are little pieces that it gets cut in. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to think about that. You have to decide to care or not to care. So yeah. And then next up, Gudrun's been doing a quilt along with the Tilda pattern, 2 patterns.
Yes.
The Dear Santa and what's the other one?
Winterbirds.
Winterbirds. So this, we are showing a video of Gudrun going through the next steps of these quilts.
Let's get started on part 4 for our Dear Santa quilt, which is going to be the dollhouse blocks, and then our star blocks. We are going to be making quite a few of each, 4 different houses. Let's start with the dollhouses. So on page 11, you'll see the colorways used in both of these. We are strategizing both blocks. So let's start with the houses. We are going to be making the flying geese for the roofs. We need 2 of each if you're going to use 2 different fabrics. So as we make our flying geese with the strategy method, you start by cutting your large triangles, which would be these 2 fabrics, large squares in half into triangles. You're going to set 2 triangles aside. We won't be using them. We'll only be using 1/2. So 1 triangle from each color. You sew them onto your units. So you're going to end up with 2 units like this that you're going to trim into the flying geese. Now this method is, of course, in our Master Your Strategy Rulers book. Now these, you are going to be trimming them. They're going to be finishing at 1 3/4 by 3.5. So for that, we are going to need our Strapology quarters mini ruler. And just to guide us, we can pull out our book and find our trimming for the 1/4 inch right here. So the finished size, again, needs to be 1 3/4 by 3.5. So that's going to be right here. I'm just going to use one of my little arrows here to point at it. And I'm going to show you how to trim that one. So first off, we're looking at our black lines here. And I start with the flying geese here on the right side. I am lining the diagonal lines along the seams like this on this side. And then I'm going to make my cuts, step 1 through the 0 and the 2 1/4. So 0 and 2 1/4. There. Then I'm going to just turn this one and do exactly the same. That's our step 2. Lining up the seams with that black dotted line, cutting through the 0 and 2 1/4. So there's that. Now, each one at a time, I'm aligning the bottom up with the 0 line, and then the diagonal white line with that seam that's on the left side. And now I'm going to make my cuts, which is going to be the 3rd cut through the 0 and the 4. And 4. There it is. And the second one here. So you should end up with 2 of those units that you would trim down and have 4 flying geese, 2 from each color for the roofs. So the second part we're going to stripologize is actually the window portions here. So instead of cutting all of these, I have you make a strip set and we're going to cut them, subcut them. So we have 2 different colors or 2 different fabrics in the houses, as you can see here. So what we're going to do is make sure you have the stripologized instructions that talk about here how to make those. So we have a 1.5 inch by 1.5, let's see, by 10 inch fabric 1 rectangle. This, this is 1.5, this is 1.5 by 10, fabric 39 and 40. So this is 39 and this was 40. And then we're going to take the F rectangles and just sew them on each side here. We're going to be pressing towards the red fabric. And then from there, we're going to add the 1 inch by 10 from the same fabric here on each side. So this is the strip set we're going to make, pressing towards the dark, towards the red, and it will end up looking like this once the seams are all put in there. And so these we're going to subcut. Once you have this one cut too, we're going to subcut it into 2 inch wide units. I have already cut 2 since I used it for this block, so I just need 2 more from this one. What I always like doing when I'm subcutting strip sets is utilize some of the lines on my ruler to line up with the seams to make sure I'm straight. And then I'm just going to cut 2 inch increments. And this is our window unit that's going to go right in here. So same thing with, once we have this one pieced, we're going to do the same. You'll subcut 4 from each, so you'll make 2 houses of each. So once we have that part done, you can finish the dollhouse block. You go to the tilde pattern on page 19 to see how they're assembled. Now, of course, you've already assembled this part with the strip sets, so it is fairly easy. We put our flying geese at the top, and then we have our rectangle from that house fabric. We have the strip pieced unit. We have the D rectangle, which is narrower here, and then the second strip pieced unit. And then we finish it off with the wider rectangle on the bottom. So there it is. Piece this one. From there, we add an A rectangle, a long rectangle here to the top. And then we have our long J rectangles on each side for that whole doll block. You can see there's a lot of background on top of here, but you're going to make 4 blocks, 2 of each colorway. So that is our dollhouse block. Then we go into let's go into our stars. So stars, we're making 6 different fabric, using 6 different fabrics for our stars. Classic Ohio star. So, or sawtooth star, sorry, classic sawtooth star. we are making, make sure you pay attention to here. There is star number 1 is 2 of them, 3 of these, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1. Of course, if you don't want to follow these fabrics, you can do whatever you want. But let's take a look at how we put this one together. First off, we're going to be making flying geese for all of these stars that finish at 1 by 2 inches. So, of course, following the technique in our book, I had you cut, if you have the strategized instructions, I had you cut everything according to that. We started with those squares, we cut them apart. We're going to layer them back together like this, making sure we have our beaks. We're going to cut them apart again. And then sew back together. Here, we're going to press them, and so we're going to end up with 2 units that look like this. This is going to be the small triangle of the flying geese. The red fabrics are going to be our fabric, sorry, our fabric B. Fabric A, sorry, fabric A and fabric B. So now we're going to trim them, and these are going to be, of course, trimmed to be a 1 by 2 inch finished. So here we have our master book. We're going to move that arrow to our 1. Let's see, 1, this is right at the top. Ideally, if you have the squared mini ruler, that will be the best tool for this one. But making the flying geese, these tiny little flying geese that way, is just a game changer because they are so small, and regular techniques is really easy to get wonky. So here they are, and then we just need to do the last trim. Trimming the last trim on the 2 and 4.5, 2 and 4.5. And so you are going to be making lots of these. And then once you have them all done, you're going to pair them up with the fabrics. So let's see here. I have a set of the flying geese. 4 flying geese I made from this fabric. And then you want to have the center of the star, which is a 2.5 inch square, and then 4 1.5 inch background squares. That is what goes into our block. We're going to take 2 of the flying geese and sew these background squares to each side. We take our center unit and sew 2 of the flying geese to each side here, pressing towards the middle and away from the flying geese on this side. And then we just join them, 3 together, and we have our stars. So lots of stars to make. And so page 11 is going to show you the coloring again, the coloring. And then if you need a refresher on how to assemble, that is all here in the stars. So 15 total stars, lots of different colorways. So get them all done before the next part. In part 3, we made all of the dark background leaf blocks for the Winter Birds quilt, whether you had the burgundy or the teal background. And part 4, we're going to continue on with the same, very similar methods and make all the light background ones. So these are going to be really similar between the 2 colorways of the quilt. But we are going to be making 2 mirror image of the larger blocks. That is going to be A2 and B2. And for the regular quilts, we're going to be making 6 of each. And then we're going to have a block called C2 2 and D, C and D. So that's going to be these shorter versions. This one in particular is the D, and you only need one of this, but we're going to make the mirror image of this, which you're going to need 2. This is what's going to be at the top of each row. If you look at the quilt in a whole, as a whole, let's go to the last page here. So you'll see the light rows, that's going to be these 3 blocks at the top of those rows. And that's why it's a little bit done a little bit differently. You'll notice on all the other blocks and the dark ones that the stem goes all the way to the top because it does connect with the next, but in this case, it stops before. So let's start from the beginning. We're going to be making all of our leaf blocks with the green fabrics, adding a light corner, so folded corners on each side. Few different ways of doing this. I have a laser on my machine, so really typically exactly what I described in part 3, just sewing diagonally across, trimming, and then pressing. So choose whatever method works for you. So here they are sewn. You can draw the lines, you can cut them ahead of time. And so if you didn't see that, you can go back to the part 3, but then we're gonna trim them. You can use a ruler or eyeball it like I do, and we're gonna press outwards. That creates the leaf blocks this way. So now when we do the same exact way we did with the dark ones for the larger blocks, they are identical, just a different background and different greens. Of course, if you wanna follow the exact coloring, you just refer to that page 8 to follow the exact coloring. You have the numbers of the green fabrics if you wanna do that. However, so when we get to the C and D blocks, so here is my D block, which you only need one of. And I'm going to show you how to assemble the other one. So you can go to, here's the assembly of the blocks. You'll see the D block being a little bit different in a way. So I am going to, let's just look at the overview here. It's easier to look at here. So the C block, I started by assembling these 3 units here and skipping that top part because, so here I have this side. Actually, it's supposed to be this fabric. So here, that's my 19 and 20, so that's this side. I press towards the square, and then on the other side, I just have 1 leaf block and 2 squares. So from here, this is where I want to sew my stem between the 2 first. So I'm going to sew the short stem here between the 2. That's the 6.5 inch stem, and then press that. And I do the same thing as I did with the long ones. I pressed both seams open. So because this is a 1/4 inch finished, both of them will overlap into that, but it's just gonna give, it's still the flattest way of doing this. So once you have that sewn on, you take one of the leaf blocks and you sew it to the larger, so this is a rectangle, not a square. So you cut 3 of those, and you sew that, you press that, I press that seam open because then it's very easy to center it on the stem and sew that to the top. So this is a mirror image from this one, as you can see. These seams are gonna match up, so it's gonna look like it's sticking out from the side. So it's easy to match this seam to this seam because that one is pressed open. It's easier to press that one open at the same time and make everything fit. So then, well, it's going to be obviously on this side with a mirror image. From there, we just add our rectangles to each side, and that finishes these blocks. C blocks, you make 2, D, you make 1, and then we make 6 of each of the larger ones.
hope you all enjoyed that. I hope it was helpful.
Yes.
If you guys have any questions, you can always ask. We might not know, but you can always email us at help@gequiltdesigns.com, and we can get you your answers.
Yes.
So, all right. I really appreciate Good and Sew Along. Provide some motivation to keep up on like the whale quilt that I haven't even started. No judgment. It's fine.
Seriously, with any of the tilde patterns, like no judgment.
Yes.
Just impressed you're doing it.
Exactly. So props to you.
Yes.
And you are doing a quilt along.
Yes. So
So
I'm
go for it.
happy to be doing the Lapa Pesa. Like I said before, I have wanted to do it for a long time. Yeah. So, and this month, we're going to be making the strips. What am I saying? Strip sets.
You got this, Kara.
Words. Nancy, help me. So all we're doing is sewing strip sets and cutting them up into the pieces that we need before we start assembling the different blocks. So while we're going along, a couple of pointers or tips. Again, make sure when you're looking at, Michael, you could, when you are reading the instructions and going through it, make sure that you are pressing your seams in the right direction. That is going to be very crucial when we start assembling everything. So just watch those instructions in the pattern on which way to iron. And also your 1/4 inch seam allowance. Make sure that it is always spot on and accurate. You don't want it a little bit off left or right, or it's going to cause problems later on.
Any tips for how do you make sure your seam allowance stays?
So I just have my seam allowance. Who's it by?
Perkins?
Perkins, yes. But there's many out there. We carry a couple here in our store as well. So you can grab one and then use it to set your needle every time. So it's accurate.
Love my seam guide. I use it every time I sew. It's one of my most important tools.
Yes, it just makes things a lot less frustrating down the line. But yeah, there's just a few different strip sets to sew together for this first part when we're putting the Lapa Pesa quilt together. So make sure that you get that done. This took no time at all after I had all the cutting done. Started on my strip sets. And
What step in the pattern is it?
so it's right after all the cutting. So there's a number of steps. I'd say it starts with strip sets on the assembly piece on page 35, and you're going to go through steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. Thank you, Nancy. And then the assembly will happen the following month. So we'll start assembling everything after that. So
Yeah, and if you guys are working on this with Kara, we'd love to see pictures.
Yes, thank
and
you.
of the tilde quilts as well.
yeah, so post whatever you're working on, but we'd love to see them, and we can talk about them and share them next month.
And let us know if you have any questions about it. I think this part of it is pretty straightforward.
Right. We'll
but-
get into a little more detail next month when we start assembling.
Yeah, and
But
no
for now.
problem if you have questions. We won't
Yeah,
judge. So.
absolutely not.
Can you remind us on how to read the seam direction arrows? Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, so in the book, there is you can see, oh shoot, you're not gonna be able to see very well, but like, can you see this?
Yep.
See that arrow? So the arrows are telling me to press towards the darker color on these two.
So yeah, so the top one
Yep.
will be pressed towards the top dark color.
This one, you're going to be pressing just down to the darker color. This one, you're going to be pressing again towards the darker color. It's not always the case, but many times it is. So you're pressing out towards the darker color. This one, you're pressing towards the darker color. Sorry, my fingers are not towards. And like here, number 4, you're going to be pressing towards the darker color as well.
Pressing towards the darker color?
A lot of times, but not always.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
In this pattern specifically, but in her other patterns, it's whatever the book tells you. There's not always a dark and a
It
light.
will really help along the way.
Yeah.
What is the name of the quilt along again? Lapa Pesa. So it is in the Quilts of Iceland book. If you can read that, Lopapeysa. So this is the one that we are working on, and I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah. So
Love it. Any other questions? Oh, there we go.
Yes. How do I change the strip set directions?
I think you would keep the same directions. You would just kind of sub in your colors.
Yes.
So the
Yep.
pressing would stay the same.
Yes.
You wouldn't necessarily be pressing towards the dark. You'd just be pressing
pressing
towards
towards-
the top or the
Yep.
bottom or something like that. So
Yeah.
I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, and if it doesn't, then definitely shoot us an email if it's, because like on this pattern, I don't know if she's talking about just these pluses in here, if she just was going to change that color, or if she's changing all the colors. So I guess that would be something that we would need to consider.
Yeah.
The pressing would still be the same no matter what, but just figuring out the yardages, if you're changing up some of the colors, would be,
Yeah.
be
Something
the
to think about.
question. Mm-hmm.
Anything else, mid-mod, Michael?
No.
All right. Okay. So now moving along to our question of the month.
Oh, yes.
So if you comment, you have a chance of winning a charm pack. So all you need to do is comment with the answer to this question. And it is, how do you like to do your backings? Do you like it pieced? Do you use 108s? Do you like flannel, cuddle, anything like that? So do you have a preference?
If it's a cozy quilt, I'm definitely a cuddle girl. Our long armors love me. Not really. But I do love them.
Yeah.
But not always. Like a couple of the other quilts that I've done recently have been, I'm a mix. Like I just finished one with flannel, and I've got one waiting to be long armed that's cotton. So,
Mid-mod, Michael?
but I'm not a piecer really. Like I've done one or two that I've pieced a back, but typically I don't do that.
You don't.
I'm ready to just, let's get it long armed.
I get it.
It depends. Sometimes.
Do you want to show yourself, or is that not an option?
My mic is not working, so I'll have to talk extra
Oh,
loud.
no.
It depends on the quilts. I've done a flannel backing. It's really nice, but it's also super warm, almost like too
warm? Oh, see, yeah, no. The warmer, the better.
I've pieced a backing. I won't do that again. And I've since just done the wide backs, the 108s.
Yeah,
Love it.
Yeah.
Because by the time I get to that point, I'm done sewing for a little while.
Right.
Like,
I hear you.
I get it. I'm a big fan of pieced backings. I love how they look. I love that you can just kind of use up your scraps.
Yes.
It's thrifty. But I agree. When I'm done with the quilt top, I'm like, then it feels almost overwhelming sometimes to be like, oh, now I got to piece that back. But I know that I like it when I'm done.
Yeah.
So. And then I also really love flannel. So yeah, those are my two main. I like 108s for the simplicity, but I get really weird about making sure it's pressed really well and trying to press that big piece
Yeah.
of fabric. I hate it.
Yeah.
So
Well, and the nice thing, I mean, I don't do what I'm going to say, but but just there tends to be some waste from the 108s too. And so if you're piecing your backing, you're just using up all that fabric.
Yeah.
And then you have to buy more. So
Darn.
win-win.
it's not laying around your sewing room. So,
Yes, very true.
so yeah, we would love to know how you like to do it, the pros and cons of what you like, what you dislike, all of the details.
Yes,
So
very
a
fun.
follow up for the
Just the plus. Okay. I will email you because that's going to take a minute for me to think through to give you accurate
instructions.
Instructions?
yes, yardages of what you're going to need. Oof-da.
Kara.
Words. Somebody help me with the words.
All right. Announcements, Kara.
We have, as we are speaking, I can hear Mr. HP assembling boxes in the other room for retreat. We are hardcore working on retreat boxes. Besides a couple of stragglers, we should get them all out. We got a ton out yesterday. The rest should go out today. Like I said, might be one or two that just need a little extra love that'll get out by tomorrow, but that feels really good to have that going out the door.
Can I add something?
You
to
sure
that?
can.
If you don't receive a shipping notification by the end of day tomorrow, please email us.
Yes.
Just to make sure we have everything good. you have everything good. So yeah.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, and then we have Gudrun has a new Nordic line, Nordic Solstice, a new fabric line that she just released on Tuesday. So make sure you check that out if you haven't. So excited about it.
Available for pre-orders.
Yes, available for pre-orders. We are so excited. Like, it is like one of my all-time favorites, not just because it's Gudrun's.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
And then the kit that she's going to do, the block of the
Oh my
month.
gosh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Like, I think I'm going to need to make a king. I've never made a king, but it might be required on this one.
So it's beautiful. So yeah. Anything else?
Not really. What else do we have going on around here right now? Retreat's the big one.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. Our our upcoming shows this week, we have Happy Friday tomorrow, February 20th at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have Tipsy Tuesday on February 24th at 4 p.m. And then you will see Kara and I again on Perfect Pair on March 19th at 9:30 a.m. So we hope to see you for all of those shows.
Yes.
Thank you all so much for joining us, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Yes. Stay safe. Stay warm if you've been through the blizzard that we just went through.
It was amazing.
Amazing, Nancy. We barely made it here today.
It was great.
All right, everybody. Have a great day.
guys.
Bye-bye.